Saya with the pick on Mitch, who's lurking mid. Vanity brings a lot of attention over here, but he's actually held the space for his team to regroup and recoup here inside of Kitchen, but it's one net on the other side.
It's one net with a headhunter.
Oh, that dart doesn't catch him.
Oh no, turn around, 1, 2. Net with an excellent start to open up the series. Now the spikes have been in a precarious spot, but Vanity's able to pick it up, scoop it away, and find an opening to get the spike down.
Zeppa's holding on that space in Kitchen. That's crucial, but they're all coming to him.
They're weak. Bala, they're weak, but Zeppa's been tagged up as well. A 2v4 as Vanity's able to take another one. Trent and Jonah Pierce so weak. Cloud9 can win this thing. Vanity in a 1v2. Trent very low. Saya player has the Sheriff, and he's going to have to lay in the shots. They almost signed up for him. A 1v1 for the leader for Cloud9. Hellbent on getting back to Reykjavik, but Trent keeps it back. Guard won the pistol.
What a pistol round, though. 2 versus 5 after every initial idea for Cloud9 failed. Trying to pressure inside a Kitchen to make that A hit a little bit stronger, try to pull a little rotations off before that starts. And then they make it work in the 2 versus 5, but when you go up, a clutch 9 against 1 Trent already. He's starting off strong, and it has to be here for Trent because the playoff performances for him have definitely been slightly worse than in the group stages. But you know his potential. You know in situations like this, he's going to come up huge for you.
Yeah, dude, Trent's about it. Trent's about it in a big way. And look at the locks. I'm just astounded at his hair every time we see him. It's just not fair.
So mid-exploration again for Mitch. And I think this is going to be a theme, really pressuring down these trademarks in Kitchen, forcing somebody to play here. Cloud9's game plan, obvious right from the get-go.
Here.
That on the swing out. He's able to keep Leaf back, but boy, not without Leaf taking a bit of a whooping.
Very safe as well on the side of net and the guard, but it's working for them because no Viper wall being used on this B side. Somehow Zeta makes it work.
Yeah, those were
Look at Vanity. He's all the way up against Saya!
Well, he was. And at this point, the options for Cloud9 have dwindled to almost nothing. Essentially non-existent at this point. And the round gets cleaned up just like that. So the guard get through that relatively flawlessly, right? They only drop Valyn. They keep a lot of their weapons in the next round.
It's important to note that Cloud9 has been willing to let Icebox all the way through to the end, but typically against teams who have not expressed a willingness to play it themselves or pick it. So a little bit of a safe gamble for Cloud9, but they have to have exposed Icebox in this series, given it's a best of 5 and they only have 1 ban.
I was wondering at what point we would start seeing Zeta use some shock darts to clear out the trademarks, but the thing is, they've been in... That one will hit, though. I was going to say, they've been in... It's the 3rd round, and it's the 3rd different position.
Look how far Saya player and Jonah P just went. That is crazy, and it's going to take some effort for Leaf and Zeppa to clear this, but no, he's just confident.
No way.
That's a Saya player not even paying attention there because they figure that the timing... But again, Leaf confident through that smoke. Catches him unaware, and now it's all up to Jonah P. He's got 1 flash to hold.
There's the... Oh my gosh. Zeppo's flashed up. He still takes care of Jonah P. They take control of A.
And the drone was perfectly timed as well to actually push the rest of them to stop there being any rotations. But the Molly shock gets Zeppa down very low.
See Net on the flank with that headhunter. He has a Spectre in his back pocket. It's not going to do anything this round. Vanity cleans him up. The spike goes down. Numbers advantage Cloud9 in a big way. And it just seems to be getting better.
What an unbelievable shock from Zeta as well. I mean, right as Leaf is spotting him, and right as he's coming out, that guy was taking so much damage no matter if he killed Leaf or not.
Yeah, there's nothing really to do there. So through that, Cloud9 get on the board. A Prime Gaming flawless gets them up, and now we get to gun against gun, right? This is where we get to good against good. This should be far more indicative, I believe, of what Icebox will hold for us. Man, that shot out of Zeppel is just gross.
That near sight, when you get really up close, sometimes doesn't seem as effective as it is. Really curious here how fast the guard are going to be able to get an opt out for Saya, and it's immediately
that fast.
But he's glass cannon, so some
yeah.
concessions made on this first gun round. He's walking down tube.
Does he swing that? Jonah P. playing with fire. Side player close by with op, as you mentioned. Oh, a little shoulder. The shots cleaned him up. There's no way to trade it.
And they're jump spotting for this as well. They expect it, but he still makes the shot count. Important as well. It's the Sage, but Icebox, unless you're going to this A site, much less reliant on the Sage to get the spike plants down. Although with the comp that Cloud9 has, not bringing a second controller, you have to rely on the Viper Wall, and it's already used over to that speed site.
Cloud9 have made their way to 410. They've dashed across, and now Mitch with the spike should be able to get it down. Operator in the hands of Side player, and you've got the Viper's Pit to work around to boot. Cheeky little plant spot. Valyn creeping his way forward. Through it, Mitch decapitates him from up top. Still plenty healthy, can reposition. Additionally, you've got Vanity backside. In case things get a little hairy with 2 snake bites to his name, things not looking good for the guard as Cloud9 have managed to take a stranglehold, a chokehold on this site, and have not given anything up. They're just saving.
Let's take out Leaf on the way out. They do get and manage to save the op, so that's important unless Mitch...
Look at him.
Still peeking.
Look at him hunting. Look at him hunting.
Okay, get out of there, Saya. That is crucial to keep the op into the next round, but Mitch taking out even one gun makes such a big difference. I'm curious now. He's one orb away from his knives. If he even wants to gamble for that. Give the op over. No, Net actually has his tour de force online, so possibility of some heavy firepower still from the guard in this round. This is a matter of that mid-fight not completely going in the guard's favor, even though Saya does get away with a pick. But there was only one player, and that was Trent, exposed on A. That's not the setup they're going for. This is a really new angle, Doug, with the new Icebox. How yellow is all the way out there, but they're going for a fast mid-split, so Saya's exposed on top of that box.
Is he going to be able to get away? If he can get one for his troubles, but my goodness, he's surrounded. Look at that, the spike's going down. Side player still playing back here, dodging around the shock darts. Vanity swings out, drops him. You still have the tour de force. It's arriving a bit late. Again, Cloud9 find the openings that they're looking for. They manage to take control of the site, and the guard are just kind of on the outside looking in, this time with Sheriffs. The double op setup just not really paying out for the guard.
That's 2 situations now that the guard has gone for a setup that has been hard countered by Cloud9. This time the mid-split when they're playing too aggressively towards the B lane. And it's very difficult to fight this back if you don't have anybody close in mid who can split and fight with them from kitchen or under 2. One of those rare instances where you actually see the mid-splits working out by default. Whereas usually they have so many weaknesses. There's a shock again. It's different position for the guard, so not that worried about it. Meanwhile, Mitch has this tour de force online, and he's working towards Saya, but that's knives. Very difficult to actually nail down if he's going quick with it.
And he is.
I don't think they spotted him at all, so Mitch has no idea. Nobody's watching this except for one trademark on the other side. Yeah, perfect.
As soon as he takes a step forward, just a bit too far, that'll give his position away. The shock dart didn't clear out the trademark, but if they play around the Viper utility through the wall, it was just cleared out.
What an interesting Viper wall too. So that they can walk up potentially. And they're gonna dart and maybe get a kill through the Viper wall through kitchen.
Testing the waters. Jonah P going hunting again across the middle of the map. Trent's giving up the space.
He doesn't know that Leaf is here. He has no clue.
He cleaned him up anyway. But Saya player with the blades. He was set up. He was patient.
30 seconds left.
And it's a virtue that's been rewarded.
Mitch was so far advanced.
And he hasn't moved. I mean, and why would he? He's got the spike there. A third. The cloud burst to provide exit cover. 13 seconds left. There's no way they're anywhere near within sniffing distance of a site. Maybe you get the money for the plant, but you're not even going to get that.
Oh, we still get it. Still get it here. But still, I mean, fantastic play from... Oh, he goes down too. That's interesting. Okay, he's got plenty of money, so it was definitely not a big deal. This is just gorgeous from Saya. Knowing that Mitch potentially, after he popped his ult, is just sitting up top boiler. Top belt. Recognizes that he hasn't moved at all. So he just uses that opportunity to catch the rotate. And Cloud9, this is good prep from the guard. Loves to switch which sites they're going to. You actually heard James RL talk about that in the post-map interview yesterday. One thing is, this is the first time they're really going fast up this B lane. And it works out as a gamble because there isn't anything there, but there's the counter ult of the drone by Trent. And he gets Zeta.
Rez brings him right back, but Net from back yellow takes one and teleports to safety. They've lost control of the site, but they're getting the kills that they need. Perhaps Leaf can say something about it as the Blade Storm comes out just as quickly. Gets put right back. As Cloud9 seem to have fallen apart, but perhaps they can do this. They've made it into a 2v2. Mitch with 31 health to his name. The spike well out of arm's reach. Guard, they can just sit on it. It's a bit of a stalemate.
Zeta got cooking up here.
Really? Hunter's Fury.
Off the dart that he shot just seconds ago. That's going to give Mitch some space here.
I believe he got attacked. My gosh. All right, Zeta. 2 shock darts, no armor.
So good in the clutch situation for Zeta over the last 2 series. So 1 versus 2.
I mean, he's going to have to go ballistic here, and it's not happening. Trent cleans him up with the 3rd on the round as the guard take the lead right back.
Trent has shut down every single one of these clutch opportunities so far from Cloud9. And I can't stress enough how important that is going to be for the guard going forward in this long best of 5.
You killed my ally.
A great recognition from the guard of their current ultimates that they have and also where they could possibly use them. Zeta making a mistake there, not recognizing that they had the Hunter's Fury from Trent. And he puts himself in a very common drone position. Forces the res. And now they have to deal with this kind of snowball of ults from the guard. The Viper's hit on A, and that's kind of where they approach, but an early duel for Vanity with that same wall.
Dude just like waltzes out, takes the fight. That is confidence.
They're swinging again.
That tag, no Hunter's Fury this time. We saw Zeta use it in the previous round. So he should be able to get away just fine. He does, preserves the op.
Look how far Jonah P is pushing down mid. He's going to get spotted by the trademark, but that... Actually, he also has the potential of smoking. He does.
That's what he does.
Either way, very difficult for Cloud9 to even expect what's going on right now. But if he did show the trademarks, another smoke.
No way. Oh, but Zeta, they heard him. I think they heard him. Oh, Zeta, no! Zeta, they didn't hear him! The spike's now down. The pressure's been applied. The paranoia. As Jonah P, little mind games. They don't know where he is anymore. That's going to draw the rotation over from Leaf, who's been sitting on A the entire time. Jonah P, sweat on his brow with everything before him. Leaf finally takes care of him, and now they can think about how they want to reassess this round.
Saya's taking over yellow as well. Very difficult spike plant now. The wall comes up, though. But they're still peeking in front of it. They take them out anyways, and they're way deep in safe positions now to plant the spike. 2 versus 2.
No ultimates to keep track of here. It's just going to be a straight-up 2v2 and the clock ticking in the background. The utility drops. Zeppa does too. Vanity in this 1v2 with the snake bite. As he pushes forward, he's able to isolate the gunfight's one. A little bit of a Cupid shuffle as he tries to stay alive. Valyn pushing the tap, the shots. Vanity with 3 as the Red Bull clutch comes through for Cloud9.
but still a close game. That's them tying it up as we approach the end of the first half right here of the series. Great care from Cloud9 to know what their win conditions are. The fact that they pushed past that wall, Doug, very, very, very good mid-round call to take out Saya. If they didn't, that was going to be so hard for them to fall back in good positions, and given that space up, not an easy decision to make, but it works out and baits out a guard timeout as well, the first of the game.
You mentioned Ball keeping a track on clutch situations and whether or not they're able to keep Cloud9's at bay. Remember all of the trickery that Jonah P had to commit at the beginning of the round to get them to that point, right? Massive kills, massive pressure, and ultimately it was Leaf who took care of them. But if not for that, like, it was Jonah P's heroics that got them to that point in the first place. Then Vanity clutches things out, but you've got to keep a mental note on those clutch situations, which way they're going, because it seems like Cloud9 is starting to find their footing.
Sure. And that's also many situations now that have even come close based off of like 2 versus 5s, essentially. Right? And that was one again where the spike is down. Very, very tough situation to deal where they lose space on A, not able to make that come back. But to continue touching on the clutch note, Cloud9 is 22% clutch rate for all the teams. And that's way higher than any other team so far in playoffs. So to see Guard go blow for blow with them so far, very nice and a good sign. Keep it scrappy and keep those clutches going 50-50.
Cloud9 looking to go a little bit faster. You saw the stack of utility, the shock dart, the molly, the slow orb, a little bit of everything. Through all of that, Leaf doesn't even get a chance. Avoided so much. Now Zeppa looking to work his way forward. The Viper's Pit provide a bit of cover out from Vanity. Take control of the space. They've encroached upon. Jonah P still alive. Health ticking down through the decay. If they don't know he's there, he's there. He could cause spoiler. They may not check this. Oh, they're not going to check it. Zeta, the tap. Jonah P, the swing. The shots, and he gets out. He's able to stay alive.
Mitch, though, Trent's not watching. So there's a big pinch coming in. Cloud9 still has a lot to work with in this one. No, never mind. Vanity gone. The pit out as well.
Jonah P, massive for the guard. 2 rounds of reap. In the previous one, we mentioned it didn't work out, but big kill there to delay, to throw Cloud9 into plan B, plan C, perhaps. And while all that was happening, the guard just slowly but surely surrounded them and took all the options away.
Surprising that they're actually able to keep them back inside of their own Viper's Pit for so long. Did Jonah P TP there? I was looking at Mitch that entire time. I'm curious because that should have been cleared, right? So
yeah, that is, yeah.
Back to that same mid wall. I still haven't quite figured out exactly what the goal is for this. Maybe just to walk past the boiler and then fight through mid with the way that the B side is now.
You know, Cloud9 have shown commitment to dropping that wall, and they've danced, they've flirted with the utility from net there a couple of times at the beginning of the round. Still up for now. 4 stack B. Good night.
Leaf's still here. If Jonah P gets too aggressive,
and he is,
he's gone. And they have time to pivot.
Read him like a book, but look at Saya player across the middle of the map. He's taken so much of this space away. Yeah, Leaf finds another wall to give him room. Oh, he should be able to get by. Yeah, that's massive.
That covers the cross. Okay, proving the point a little bit now, and Leaf is in such an advanced position, he's basically locked up the round. Sai is so low HP, he's even spamming. But still keeps it alive. Vanity, Zeta, and Zeppa, all the way still bottom mid.
Sai player with really nothing for help as Vanity cleans him up. Balla, the preparation that we're seeing out of Cloud9 is kind of insane when you consider they've played it once. Icebox, they've only played Icebox once this entire VCT.
yeah, against Xset, a close match as well. But while it felt close, it definitely also felt like Cloud9 had their number the entire time. So, yeah, you're right. First for everything. Now it's a new patch as well, dealing with the double control of the guard. They're doing it handily. 5-5. And while we talk about the prep work for them, I think also just a lot of countering on what the guard want to do late in the round is sometimes they're very, very used to pushing down that A site with one player, but Leaf has always been there, or Vanity, to hold that flank. And they forced now the guard onto a light buy. Sheriff and a Guardian.
They've all stacked up long. They've all pushed their way forward. You mentioned the Guardian right in the nick of time as Jonah P takes care of Mitch, but has to back up. Side player falls again. All that utility, you're watching it try to litter the site, not coming through. The res out.
All the TP up top. Look at these retake smokes from Jonah P.
Do they check
looking? No, Mitch is not.
Oh my gosh, I don't think they know. He had the dart to get info from up top. 2 shots, 2 kills, and now with the Tour de Force Vanity alone again in this 1v2. We talked about the clutches, and it's net, as you highlighted at the beginning, extinguishing any chance of it. The guard take the lead back.
And those early trades at the backside of yellow that Saya is getting, very useful for them to end up doing that, what Jonah P just did. Because they don't have the numbers to stay focused. They have to watch the flank. They have to do so many things. The crazy part, though, is it's paired with the dart here from Jonah P. So he gets the distraction. He gets him to forget about it. Very surprised and shocked to see Cloud9 not look up at that. But he had a one-way place there earlier on. So they just assume it's the same type of thing. And that's not something they've showed. Usually it's the 2 retake smokes on either side of yellow for Jonah P. This time, there's some tech, and you love to see it.
Cloud9 calling a timeout here as we enter the last round of the first half of this best of 5. You see the buy for Cloud9. While it's not completely done, you see it's a bit lighter, right? Currently a Judge and a Bulldog in the mix. While for the guard, they've got everything they could possibly want in the operator, full armor, and rifles to work with. It'd be interesting to see what Cloud9 dial up here. Because they've shown us all flavors, right? They've shown us every flavor of the rainbow. They've gone fast, they've gone slow, they've gone B, A, they've explored mid. It hasn't been one-dimensional on their attacking half.
No, not at all. Looks like they're kind of grouped up to put that same wall down and potentially explore a mid-split idea. But still discussing, still in timeout phase. And also you have Mitch, Tour de Force, going to post up on top of Belt like he did earlier. And last time it was Saya who took his knives and just exposed that flank from them.
Here.
Has some slow lineups as well. They're going fast with Leaf, with knives, just updrafting. Not catching anything, though. But he does put himself on the other side of that wall.
Not again. If Mitch creeps out again, it's going to be the same timing.
Yeah, but Saya's not... Oh, my goodness.
Is it going to happen again? Patient. Oh, Jonah P! The timing immaculate!
Saves in the nick of time, but Saya's still here as well, and I don't think they even really recognize the fact that he's opping there, but Jonah P peeking that might give them a little clue.
Leaf with the blade storm swings out. Nope. Yanked out of the sky by Saya, who's just been such a pivotal part of the guard's success. Cloud9 down in numbers, 3v5. Spotting out on their side. The operator misses. Jonah P does not. It's traded out, though.
Still 40 seconds.
Yeah. What time?
How many times have we seen this 2v4 situation turn into a 1v1, though?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. They seem to have, control of A.
Great molly. Oh, he got the pick, though.
No way, Cloud9. Paula, you predicted this. You seem to have predicted this, but Valyn, perhaps he can be the one to keep this back. The spike gets planted. Zeppa healing himself up. No armor to his name. 92 HP to work with. Trying to play a little ring around the rosy as they're both together. If the timing lands, no, the timing doesn't work out. Valyn lands the shots. The guard take the half, 7-5. Dear friends, we're going to throw it to a break. When we return the second half of Icebox, stay tuned. We've really just passed the starting line here in this best of 5. The guard taking us to Icebox first and starting things off rather nicely. A 2-round lead. Now they're on the attacking half. This double controller comp will be interesting to see how it plays out, Paula.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen, this is the half that we've actually got the most footage on of the guard playing this map. And a reminder, they're 7-0 in VCT.
That's pretty
good.
good.
Twice in playoffs, and their most dominant wins yet as well have come on this map. The 13-1 against Sentinels and the 13-3 against LG. Very, very tough to play against this team, and it's been attack side starts for them. So now that we have this on the second half, Cloud9, I think this is a tough spot to play from.
Well, the guard have really just kind of waltzed their way into A, and Cloud9 keeps them back. Wow. My goodness. That was a prime gaming flawless.
Yeah, yep, certainly a prime gaming flawless right there. If there's ever a time to say prime gaming flawless, that was it.
And you know what's funny, Balla, is you look at the setup at the beginning of the round, Cloud9 were playing off the site. They had 2 trademarks on there, but that was it. They weren't playing on it proper. And it was almost as if though they had never left it.
Yeah. It's interesting, though, because out of the 3 games that Guard have played on this map, 3 pistols that they had on attack, it's been very similar every single time. Just approach A. And finally, it doesn't work. Cloud9 respond with a pistol win of their own and have a chance to even the things up right now.
Well, approach A didn't work.
Oh, no.
Boy. Perhaps approach B does. Vanity dropped.
And Saya with a Marshall. When they hit this B site on the Marshall, it's so dangerous.
What?
But that is ridiculous. He still gets him, though, as the wall comes up and the decay goes on.
No armor on the members of the guard. Perhaps Saya player can hit a couple of nutty shots of his own. 3v3, Valyn so weak. Oh, missing the first. As the kills go back and forth, Zeppa's already gotten it to half as Cloud9. Again, it was maybe not as clean, not as flawless, perhaps, but the outcome's the same.
Yeah, that first shot from Leaf, and then also Sai responds with a crazy shot of his own through the wall. Well, they tie it up, and Mitch has already got an operator on his side. Yeah, watch this shot from Leaf as they come out of this. Just the flick is ridiculous. As Trent's falling. Legend.
3 targets to choose from, by the way.
2 on the floor as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so early shock again from Trent. You mentioned how this was pivotal in Cloud9's success on their attack side. But is that going to hit? No, it's a little bit more deep. So already, that is a concession because they can peek that angle in kitchen before that trademark actually spots them. But still, having that up gives them all the world of comfort. One thing is that always the guard can pivot, even though they use their Viper wall towards this side. They could always put an Omen smoke down in mid, and they could always use an Omen smoke on the A site to actually hit.
Oh, Mitch. Narrow miss. As Valyn gets through the hit, looking to be all but for certain. 1 on to B. You see the Sorbs coming through as the Viper wall is still providing cover. They haven't committed onto anything yet. The Paranoia tries to give him some space. Side player pushing his way forward. He already takes care of Vanity. How much more can he find? Nothing. Zeppa from up top gives it back quite a bit. That's a Spectre, by the way. They can get it back, though. 2 members left for Cloud9. Make that one. Zeppa, the wall up. He's got the res. There it is. And that should bring the op back online. 2v2. Spike planted. Zeppa pushing his way around. The fake up the rope. And the operator. There it is. He's got a chance at something. They're going to swing together. But the guard are not giving him any targets. Smoke to swing out. Zeppa pops the op from Mitch. Does it as well. What a retake from Cloud9.
How did they make that happen? Because that was a brilliant strat from the guard. They're known to kind of do stuff off of the wall dropping, but in this case, the wall comes down and there's a paranoia for Jonah P to push in towards that site. And they can have all brawls. You could see Saya smoked off as well, Snowman. Plenty to think about from that execute from the guard. But Cloud9 just respond. They're so clean and clinical at taking great fights in situations that are relatively unknown, but also the prep, seeing what they have shown in other games and seeing the possibilities that are here from the guard. I mean, extra smoke, this wall as well to get the res up. Beautiful.
All of it. Like Zeppa put the team on his back that round, man. The big kills from up top and then dropping down. I believe it was 4 with the Spectre when all was said and done. And then just even get to that point for the wall that you mentioned to bring Mitch back up. That was the Zeppa show. Through and through.
16-9 for Zeppa, continuing his dominance from yesterday. I mean, he was a big force to be reckoned with against XSET yesterday. Dominating on that first map of Haven. Had the 4K on split. I mean, so many memorable moments from him. And Leaf 2 being up there. Yet the guard is still 7-8 against Cloud9. The most successful teams in NA in recent times is Cloud9. So for a young team like the guard, already on map 1, you've got to make sure they don't lose it, though, because the next is a little difficult for them. It's Haven.
Bit of a broken bye for the guard. Given the Cloud9 have won the opening 3 rounds of the half. Not much to work with, and well, it's going about as expected.
Leaf has gotten so much space now off of that first kill. And they're trapped. Leaf has put himself in a position where he'll spot as they run out. He could even dash away from that position too.
They're investing the Viper's Pit here. They really want to commit to getting the spike down, but it was just a tap. And now Valyn's dead. The shock darts. Just gorgeous. Another Prime Gaming flawless.
Shock, slows, and Viper Molly to get the vulnerability. Just completely denying the plant. Those combinations are ways that you make these anti-ecos gorgeous. And nullifying the knives as well from Saya. Loves to use those in really early positions to get them picks with double updrafts, but that's not available now.
While the map has been close up until this point, Cloud9 seeming to start to build a buffer, bit of gap between the two. Shock dart again. Not quite hitting the target as the whack-a-mole continues between the shock darts and the trademarks.
Wow, spotted the B lane. Leaf was already there, so information overload. They'll go explore towards A. Again, they have the smokes from Jonah P to make this a little easier on the approach. They love to smoke off the screen side, and they could wrap front 410 with that. Zeppa has a wall he can use reactively, yep. If there's no noise, places it down.
And tag.
And that's information gained. They know there's 3 now, but they pick them off.
The shock dart combo to push him out, and then the spam through the utility to clean him up. You see on your minimap, Leaf is starting to push around as you see the pressure applied. So his position should be given away. And off of that, he can't really continue the flank. Side players also watching it with the op. The push towards the site continues as they work their way forward. Mitch with a massive shot, and he's still got a chance for war with that operator. 3v3, you hear the Blade Storm come online. A side player yanks him down. Leaf tried. He tried his damnedest, but wasn't able to do it. Cloud9 get to 9.
Impressive that Sai is recognizing that doesn't have to watch the flank in that situation, even though Leaf did pop the trademark. Cloud9 attempting to just swing when numbers are focused on trying to get the spike down.
Well, I think we're gonna have a triple op setup here. If Net uses his tour de force,
that's ridiculous. On attack side,
surely
let's see how it works.
Yeah,
nah,
maybe.
He has a Vandal. Okay.
Well, that may have been Mitch's.
That's Mitch.
Yeah. That would have been something, though, huh?
I mean, still, you question.
Here.
He's so advanced.
A lot of space.
A lot of space
taken from Leaf. He had the paranoia to push him off the dash. No way. That was pretty. The cloud burst and the dash. It sounded like he'd retreated. Buys him just enough time.
There's going to be a face-off here. Mitch against everybody, but the drone should push him off. No, where's this other drone? It's just on the other side of heaven, so as a safety TP. Not challenging with the ops either. I mean, Jonah P's picked up a Vandal, or a Phantom, and already uses flash, so he doesn't have that same execute power.
30 seconds left.
The guard with little time left in the round. Start to work the way forward. Jonah P jumps into his own smoke. Zeppa still up top in heaven as he tries to provide cover. Not able to do it. Jonah P finds the opening. He finds the kills, but he's going to telly back to safety. And do they rotate off of that?
Spike planted.
Spike's
planted. Spike falls.
Yeah, Leaf is going to show up a bit late here. What a shot. And he can do nothing. Leaf arrives perhaps a bit late, a 1v3. He's going to have to do a lot here. Fortunately for him, Valyn's the first target. He's weak.
And that's ridiculous.
Okay. Big box checked. Still plenty to do. The cloud burst to provide cover. He swings around the tap, waiting for the challenge. And it's coming. It's slowly, but it's coming. As Jonah P cleans things up from the ropes, and we're tied at 9.
That A hit looking very good right now because Zeppa doesn't have the tools to play off of every single time. He's just taking dry contact in one of the backsides or anything like that, and they're spamming utility at him. So they've got to find something different here. The wall's not going to be enough. And they're forced onto very low economy. It looks like they want to force, though. Yeah. All in on this one.
Lean towards A. Again, you see the utility combination on the orb.
Jonah P TPing in mid. What a shot, though, from Leaf onto net.
Jonah P's got a massive opening. Look at how he's crept his way forward. It may not matter, though, as his team just drops all over the place. He gets the pick onto Mitch, but he's going to have to retreat as the spike is rotating over. Vanity. No way. The timing. Oh, the timing. Valyn cleans him up too.
Smoke for the cross. You can lurk into this. They're going to re-attack in through mid. Jonah P has a lock coming.
No way. 1-2. The knife comes out, but he's not able to land shots. Didn't know Zippo was there. And it falls to a 1v1. Valyn should be able to get the spike down. And Zeppa had no idea where the play was.
So far away. So far. I wonder if he was potentially making sure he comes A just in case he could get the orb in a res. Either way, he's so close.
Oh, but I don't know if he knows. I don't know if he's expecting it. Zeppa working his way forward. His balance just on the other side of the wall. No, he wasn't looking. Zeppa with 3 massive kills. The game of cat and mouse goes in favor of Zeppa as Cloud9 take the lead back.
I thought for sure he would be aware that that flank could be coming, but I think given the info that his teammate got, Jonah P in mid, in that 1 versus 3 he took through the smoke essentially, he thought for sure he was coming down through mid, rotating off of A, but instead, Zeppa finds a massive flank. And that situation just falls to him. 10-9. What a close game in this first map. And we got a lot ahead of us.
Man, I thought for sure Jonah P was going to do it. I thought he was going to get the 4th. I've already seen a couple of really big moments out of him.
Mm-hmm. So, how to bolster this A side is what I'm thinking if I'm Cloud9, the coaching staff, and Vanity right now. Because that's where Guard are finding their openings. Although that round, a lot went wrong for the Guard. I mean, there was that nice shot from Leaf early on, deep onto the A main peak, top gen. Everybody kind of felt like they peaked 1 by 1. So, the Guard at the same time, wondering how they can continue to force off these angles from Leaf. They're not really diving into the older strat book that they were using against LJ and Sentinels. Sai is not playing as aggressively towards this B lane as he was previously. So see if that continues to be or if it changes. A mid approach now though, with the shock darts as well.
That has it sort of forced out. You see the 100 Syria from Zeta. I believe he's getting a little bit of info, a little bit of tag. Jonah P out for the round.
What a good read from Cloud9. Expecting that possibility, Zeta has an early dart that lands late to combo Hunter's Fury in a very, very easy lane. So they can't expose themselves in kitchen at all. But they're sticking with the plan.
They're behind Zeppa. I don't know that he knows. He had no idea. Vanity with the judge, of course. Vanity with the judge. He's only able to get 1, though.
Little do they know, the B-side's open now after that kill onto Zeppa. Cloud9's kind of gambling here that they come back A. The way that Mitch is posted all the way back.
With an Odin.
Zeta hears that. That's the rotate. 25 seconds for this. They have a lot of post-plant still possible.
3 ults, too. Valyn gets the spike down. Has the Viper's Pit, uses it. And then if things get real sticky, they still have Trent's Hunter's Fury. Zeta trying to find some info with the drone. Spots a little bit of something. That's all it's going to be. They have to push in. They have to take the fights, and that doesn't pay off. Mitch alone in this 1v3. Make it a 1v2. Viper's Pit offline. Now the tap. As his health goes back up, they give him a little shoulder, a little something to think about as Mitch. They're just not giving him the fights, man.
Not at all.
Wise, yeah, wise on how they play this. Don't flirt with disaster.
Tie it all up. Going the distance here on Icebox. What a good way to start off the series. One team going to Reykjavik after this. One team wait until stage 2 starts.
And that'll feel like an eternity, I'm sure.
Yep. They have to watch Reykjavik from the sidelines, too. Again, they're kind of expecting Cloud9 to really try to focus on these orbs on these eco rounds. But Cloud9 doesn't even care. They're going fast on the B side, actually.
Whew. I mean, you were right about them trying to prioritize the orbs, and they got Leaf's Bladestorm online because of that. But it wasn't without a casualty.
Feels like every single time they've been, like, either team has been on eco and they get knives, they want to pop it.
Yeah.
Keep the economy as low as possible for either team and give yourself chances like this. Stacking A, leaving Leaf very reminiscent of that one Saya player round, but how do you deal with 5 coming at you? And he should hear them in time to call a rotate.
Oh, the paranoia. Leaf has to dash away, and he's spammed through the smoke. You could see the trap that they had left for the guard. They wisely check all of their boxes and take care of it. Now the spike down for Valyn. There's still not much as far as guns for Cloud9. They haven't been able to upgrade anything, as they have the unenviable task of using classics and frenzies to get through a 5v3.
Mitch has some headhunter shots as well, but very difficult. The wall keeping them back as well. They have nothing to get through it. Just going to try to take guns with them, keep them contained inside the site.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
See how much they find out.
They're so smart, though, Doug. I mean, the guard just pushed into spawn, recognizing that possibility is going to be on something on the flank, but just together. And that's not something that's easy to deal with just frenzies and classics and whatnot. Very tough. Now, the guard take the lead back. And this has been flip-floppy over and over and over. Couldn't ask for a closer game. But in typical guard fashion, Icebox seems to be their playground. 11 rounds on the board. There's a lot of peeking here going on from Cloud9. They might try to actually push. No. They only spot Zeta. Leaf is really aggressive.
They went so fast, the paranoia doesn't hit a single thing as Leaf from up top takes care of one, but the guard find openings that they're looking for as they take care of 2 from Cloud9. Through all of that, Leaf is the last one standing on the site. The dash, woo!
No more
Falls
dash
right
for
through
him.
his cloud burst. And Leaf falls.
That's ridiculous. Finally using that ult from Trent and getting so much value. But as we've seen so often, Vanity gets an early frag in the 2 versus 4. Mitch is so slow, though.
He's got an operator, too. Can't necessarily go mano a mano in a situation like this. Vanity spots, well, I say, of course, not able to do it, and he does. He's going to have to do it again with the operator. 1v2, checking all the corners, misses the first, switches over to the headhunter, 8 shots. 8, not able to land any of it. The guard gets to 12.
Match point for the guard. On the first map, that is huge. I can't understate. Best of 5s. The map pool is all laid out. Basically, you get your permas, and then the order matters a lot as well. For them to take their map win, while yes, a lot of people might say expected, others might say necessary. Match point for them, and the econ for Cloud9 is slightly broken. They've got 3 Spectres on Icebox. Thankfully, they have Tour de Force for Mitch, the Viper's Pit 2, and Vanity. Hasn't used that very often. Wondering if he's going to use it reactively on the B site.
It's not an early one. Look at Leaf cutting. Oof. There's a whole lot on the other side of that wall.
Always got to be careful as well of Jonah P's TP. They love to use that in the back of the bus stop and spawn. There it is, the reactive ult.
There's the ult from Jonah P. Side player going up top, takes a considerable amount of damage. He's still working that operator.
There's a gap on the backside. They kind of want to expose that on Danger.
Leaf's already fallen. Yeah, you see him trying to work around.
What?
Things are not looking good for Cloud9 here in this last round. As Zeppa looks to snatch it right back. Valyn with the plan, as Zeta's still playing backside. They managed to get the spike down. Zeta's the only one with a rifle. Look at how weak the members of the guard are. Valyn, Saya player, Net, they've all, I mean, Trent is taking damage too. None of them healthy. The wall up from Zeppa. He's going to try to stick it.
It takes a lot to get through.
He's gotten it to half. He's going to stick it. He's going to stick it all the way, and he's going to find the opening that he needs. They get the defuse. Cloud9 get to 11.
What a round to come back, but they've just been broken economically again because everybody dies.
Yeah.
So Bulldogs already. Spectres and a Judge is probably going to be purchased here. The guards still look poised to take this map, even though that last round didn't go in their favor. And that was still very nice. They fought through the Viper's Pit. They fought past it, got the picks. And Cloud9 still responds somehow. That wall so difficult to deal with, even after the icebox changes.
Get out of my way.
Bladestorm for side player. Leaf looking to stop it right off the bat. Instead, he gets pushed off, and now side player with a bit of agency.
Oh, no.
The Judge, the Judge, the Judge! Cloud9's tried and true, but side player finds one. And Vanity does. No way they do it. No way they do it. You said it seemed like a confirmed thing previously. Side player tries to put it on his back, a 1v1. And my goodness, Bala, would you look at that? It's Trent time. He's in a 1v1. He's got the spike. He should be able to get it down. Zeppa is not going to have the res to work with. Trent's going to have to do it himself.
Up the rope.
He's going aggressive, but Zeppa lands the shots. Trent didn't look. Time's run out. And we're dancing again. We're going to overtime.
Unbelievable.
2 rounds in a row they should have lost.
All the picks went in their favor after those first kills from Mitch and Vanity. Everything went down to that. And Zeppa from so far away finds, again, a player in a 1v1 who's not looking at him. Unfortunate. Unlucky, some would say. The guard. Losing this map would be so heartbreaking because it was so close for them and so hard fought. And an inexperienced team, I have to wonder mentally how that strikes. As they go into overtime, they must do everything in their power to stop that possibility from becoming true. Stop that thread in the universe.
Glass cannon for Saya player as a guard or on defensive. We've mentioned this is their MAC pick, and it's a big one for them to win if they want to have a chance in this marathon best of 5. There's the operator. There's the glass cannon. Patience, the shot not landing. He had shock darts all dropping behind him. It stays alive.
It's crazy. Zeta used both of his shock darts to try to find out where that chamber trademark was. Didn't find it.
Wow. Big opener for Jonah P.
Which is a problem here.
Yes,
They've been good at the plant. They've been good at the flanks in general. But this time they're going to get the plant up in nest, and that is difficult to deal with mollies in the post plant. No, they don't go for it.
That was big. You mentioned Jonah P being the problem, and he gets taken care of. Now, the thing is, Mitch is also making sure that there's no one cutting around. The spike has been planted. The sage wall's up. Saya player with the op. The glass cannon dashes. Somehow stays alive. Only 3 left as it falls to a 3v3. So many targets to look at as the kills get traded back and forth. Mitch falls. The guard take the lead again.
A good start in the OT. Trent Valyn complete the massive late round situations. They just come so fast, and even though Mitch is on the flank, even though he does get 2, they're too far away for him to really be a massive issue.
Oh, he's doing it again on attack. Side player with the glass cannon operator.
Wow. Not even a look at the, okay, it is a timeout. I'm wondering why they weren't moving there.
It's a new strat.
Just talking things over, making sure that this map that they've gotten so close on stays theirs, does not get stolen from Cloud9. Curious if on the other side we're going to get the glass cannon out of Leaf as well. Or Mitch, either one. Leaf has been great as a rifler as well, so versatile. Look at the 3. Leaf, Zeppa, Mitch. Dominating at the top of the leaderboard, but it's Honestly, blow for blow. Same type of stat line on the other side for the guard. So what has worked in regulation for the guard on attack? It's really been those A approaches, but also when they fight through their wall on B site, when they let that fuel drop and continue to push with extra smokes from Jonah P, that has worked well as well. But either side, Cloud9 has responded well. Not going to go for any of that fast. It's just going to be the same default slow approach. Force some concessions in mid with Jonah P's TP and the shock dart from Trent.
Mitch has been feeling that Odin. He's going to do it again. No operator for Cloud9.
How does he get that kill? We've just found some weird angle onto Jonah P, who's playing that box. So he could TP fast over to top of tube.
And off of that, you see Cloud9 have to put a little bit more A. And the guard, you mentioned they're attacking half. They've found some successes. They've managed to get what they wanted, but it seems like they always come up just a bit short. The guard within reach, just at arm's length of taking Icebox.
Mitch has the Odin to spam through the wall as they cross, and that gives a lot of attention over to him.
Massive. Oh, as the trade gets back, but Cloud9 still with the numbers advantage. It's going to be a difficult one for the guard to get back into. Valyn with a nice shot and the plant.
Look, actually, the wall that they use is very far forward, so they hold on to this space. But that puts them in a pinch, Doug, because they have to back off and concede that space or fight for more.
Zeppa's still so far away. Time's not on their side again. Valyn goes hunting, much like Trent did, and he gets punished at 1v3. Trent again in a clutch situation, an opportunity to give the guard the map win. And it's going to take all sorts of Herculean effort to make it happen. It's not going to happen. It's not doing it. We're not quite done. Not yet.
Back to Deuce. 2 rounds. Needed still in overtime to win. You got to win by 2.
Switching sides.
So we reset, essentially, and swap sides once again. So far, these defensive sides are the easier ones for either team, but we potentially have a long road ahead of us with how close this game is. How often were we even apart by 2 rounds through regulation?
Really, for almost the entirety of it, it seems that way.
Except for like the pistols and such things like that early in the half.
Mitch with the op ball.
Yep.
Mitch with the op on attack. The last two overtime rounds, it's just been side player, but Cloud9 brings one in of their own. And he lands it. Paid off. As he hits pay dirt. Trent pushing his way through the Viper's wall. A mole behind enemy lines. I don't know that they know that he's there. He has plenty of targets to look at, not able to take care of any of them. Perhaps Net can find success. He does. 1. But it's a 4v3. My goodness. Everything. But it's a distraction. Valyn takes care of Vanity. Operator still in tow for Mitch. Nope. 2v2. Zeppa pushing the spam. Spam through the smoke. He falls.
So possible. Shock dodge from Zeta.
There's still so much. Oh, he's gotten it to half, and he's going to stick it all the way through. The defensive half comes out again.
Once again, advantage guard. Going to the second opportunity here. Well, really, what is this? Now 4 match point opportunities for the guard total?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, 4 or 5.
And if they keep this up, eventually, things will go in their favor, but how, again, do they approach their attacking side? How do they take advantage of their comp difference, the imbalance that the selections have led to? Saya has the op, could dash fast and potentially take out Leaf or Vanity. Every time he's playing this angle, they've got an aggressive poison orb.
What a dart. Lit up all 5.
Sure, but immediately there's not really that much space for them to take on the A site, so nothing to capitalize on. Actually surprising from Cloud9. Because that was a potential opportunity for them to take so much space late in the round.
The Guard again find themselves within reach of taking Icebox here in overtime. We've gone a couple of bonus rounds. No way. Vanity crept his way forward, finds the shots on the net.
It's both times in overtime, Cloud9 has gotten the early pick on their defensive side to tie things back up. So Leaf's still playing in front. Again, look at this wall. They want to push even further into mid due to the new changes to Icebox. And Vanity could get crushed on if he's not careful.
30 seconds left.
Paranoia to swing out, as we saw before. But the Molly deals a little bit of damage. Trent trying to find the openings, trying to deal some damage for his team as Utility gets traded back and forth. The spams through the smokes, through the green. Jonah P with the spike. Manages to do it, but numbers in favor of Cloud9 again. They've got so much gun power that the Guard have to keep it bay. They have to try to keep it bay. First op shot misses. Valyn does too. 5v2. Wall up. Oh no! Side player with the collat. The third! Is this how they do it? The Blade Storm out now. Vanity looking to get the defuse, and he's going to do it. My gosh.
Saya just put everybody out of their seats. Oh my goodness. The double. The follow-up. But it's just not enough. The Guard not having enough staying powers in these rounds. Jeez. Moments like that, though, they make you feel momentum. And even if he kills Mitch here, Vanity's position is really, really tucked in behind that wall.
And we go again. 14-14. You see it on the timeline. Neither team able to find the advantage that they're looking for, find the openings that they need. It's all been through defense, and as you can see, it's all been through diffuses here in extra time.
Yeah, actually, that is crazy. Just that snapshot there. Defuse, defuse, defuse. Wow. Means every single team is getting onto the site, and it's all coming through retakes. Don't know how much longer that's going to keep up, but also to note, only one timeout available throughout entirety of overtime. So Cloud9 spending theirs here. And for good reason. They want to find themselves in an advantage situation because so far they've been winning that defensive side. If they could win this attack, things could change. Surprised not to see them go for the mid-split again that they did so well. But obviously, we talked about how that kind of worked out because of the other setup. But they will go back to that old wall. That gives them the opportunity to cross late. Potentially some unseen things still.
How deep is your playbook in round 29?
Oh, Saya has a big task ahead of him.
He has the op. The drone, he'll hear that. He's got to get some help. There it was. Trent there to help clear it. Dash to op. No, Leaf. What a shot. And now control has been gained. Plant through net from back sight. Cloud9 seem to be finding the advantage. They're finding what they're looking for on attack. The two members of the Guard that remain. Trent's so weak. Valyn showing up a bit late. They're going to have to get through this in a 2v4.
Mitch considered reflanking there, but joining the rest of his team now.
Drop right into a slap. 1v3, of course.
Find it up top. No chance there. Wow. And Leaf went for that peek earlier, but messed it up. But you can see how difficult Saya had a task to escape from that situation. Crazy stuff. Smoke dash on top of Jen, and he peeks out. Takes out Saya, who thinks he can dash away. What a play from Leaf. And again, he's the opening kill that ends up winning them the round here. For the first time, Cloud9 has advantage.
And the Guard had their chances, man. They had them backs against ropes a number of times. See if Cloud9 can finish the job where the Guard have struggled.
They've been really calling the same B push with the wall that's deeper into the site, and it's not been working because you always saw Valyn get caught and stuck inside a site.
They really do seem to be favoring his side. The clear out. Back yellow. Side player takes the angle. It looks like it's going to be the same setup. Or perhaps we've seen this a couple of times, the paranoia, and then they push forward. There's the paranoia. There's the space taken.
It's the same protocol for Vanity, but they're pushing even further into Snowman now. This is different. Instead of actually approaching into the site, they go Snowman instead.
Vanity trying to spam through, trying to deny the plant, not able to do so. It's a 5v5. Perhaps to close the map. But the guard, they're not done. Numbers advantage. And Saya player is able to cut off the rotations. He spots Zeta just on the other side. Master shots at Zeta. 3v2 in favor of the guard still. Cloud9 outnumbered, but the tap, yeah, he's got to pull off. There's no way he can finish it. We're not done, baby. The war of attrition continues as we're tied at 15 apiece.
Switching sides.
Deuce again. What a play from the guard. It's the attack side plays that come out. They use the paranoid, conditioning to think. You saw Vandy immediately back off with his molly, but instead they push Snowman. They get a great crossfire setup late in the round with Saya and Net. That nets him at least one kill. And from there, so much to fight through for Cloud9. But they're going for that same thing where they actually walked up into Nest. No, it's the guard. They're double TPing.
They're going aggressive. Look at the dart. Look at the kills, but none of them come through. None of them converted. Oh, they had everything before them, and it's not happening now. Leaf trying to give them back a bit of their own medicine as he's up top, manages to get the kill. But Trent and Net keep things back. They keep things at bay. Zeta's in a 1v2. He's got to deal with them both. Massive kills from both of them to get the round to this point, and Trent with 3 as the guard take the lead again.
Oh, baby.
Match point.
It was a close map the entire time, and I was not expecting us to go this far. The guard advantage, we've swapped which side is easier for these teams, apparently.
Both of them at the same time, too.
And now we go for one again, the guard on their attack side. Maybe that's why they were favoring that B side so many times, because they had so many layers that they could try out. But back to the default. And for Cloud9, look, oh, the dart and Leaf is walking, going way deep, and they left him. So all rides on Leaf right now.
But they haven't really left spawn. They were waiting for it. They read it. Is this the round that the guard convert? Is this where they finally win off of the advantages that they've put together? Four times, I believe, perhaps even 5 rounds where they've had an opportunity to put the Cloud9 away. And they find themselves in a position again.
The resilience of this team to even be playing at this point as well. You always, in these late overtime situations, favor the experienced team. But the guards show no inexperience right now. Again, favoring this B hit. But the wall is deeper. Last time, they actually just dropped the wall and fought in front of it.
That's exactly what they're doing. The wall goes down, the teleport out. Vanity tees, the paranoia, the swing, the shots, they land. It's actually the shock dart that cleans Mitch up. And they find the openers. 5v3, the guard. Finally in a position to put him away. For Zeta falls 17-15. The guard holds serve as close as it was as they take care of Icebox.